DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky beat. Hey, what is up, mixers? Welcome back to another episode of the MIXINVIXENS. My name is Emily, also known as mlNikon. Let's say hello to our other Vixens. First up, we've got the lovely Lumi. How you doing, girl?
I'm Lumi. I'm peachy. Do Lumi things.
All right. And then we have down there is Rin. Hi, Rin. Oh, I guess down there.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
It's a beautiful winter morning day.
Yeah.
I'm just
Very
kidding. It's
windy.
awful. It's all rainy and windy and crap.
Yep.
I don't know where Eddie is, but he said something about thanks for sending it his way too. So,
He's in New York.
oh, is he? Yeah. How's your guys' weekend? Do anything fun?
Not the same as normal. You know,
Bowling?
bowling. Yeah.
How'd you bowl?
Not good.
No.
We lost every game but the first game.
Oh,
But at least I wasn't the only one. Pretty much everyone sucked. So.
oh, there you go. There you go.
Well,
Show
everyone
me
on my
the
team.
curve.
I mean, it is what it is, you know. We have off days and
Yeah.
it's been an off
Yeah,
month
sure.
for us.
For sure, for sure. How was your weekend, Lumi?
I have actually been super sick, but I do have a doctor's appointment coming up to get some blood work done, so hopefully it gets straightened out.
Oh, good. Hopefully. Yeah,
Just-
that's
Doing my best.
being sick is no fun. No fun indeed.
I haven't had my synthroid levels or thyroid levels reevaluated in over a year now.
Holy moly. Although I shouldn't talk because it's been probably over 6 months since I've had mine. I just keep putting it off and procrastinating. I just finally sucked it up and went and got them done. And I have a doctor's appointment coming up in a couple weeks. So,
Yeah, I had my 9-month appointment and the starting of this whole Backstreet Boys reunion happened, but I was so afraid to go out, I canceled it and I just did an on the phone appointment.
yeah.
And now we're coming up on the 6-month appointment from that point. So I'm working on over a year without having my synthroid checked.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, that can affect a lot of stuff. Yeah, my doctor appointment's gonna be over the phone too, which is good. So I don't have to go anywhere and risk anything. But my weekend was meh. It was all right. I didn't really do anything. It was kind of uneventful. I went grocery shopping and did weekend things, and then this morning in the crappy pissing down rain, I went and took my dog to the dog park. But that's about it. I don't really do much on the weekends anymore. Like when it was warmer and nicer, I would go on hikes or go kayaking and stuff. But like in the wintertime, I kind of become a hermit and don't really do much.
I'm pretty much a hermit all year, so.
All the time. This is a hermit.
I'm a hermit, but not by choice.
All right. Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. So this is just a chit chat show. Our mouth isn't here. Jennifer Winstead, her power is out. Speaking of horrible weather, So it might be a short show. It might be a quiet show for sure. But if you guys have any questions for us, mixing related or not, let us know. We didn't quite prepare for anything, so you know, it is what it is. I have a question to get us started, and it'll be mixing related. What has anyone been working with, like flavor wise, lately that they've liked, or it's kind of maybe stood out to them? Has there been like a new flavor that you guys have messed around with that you like?
All of the Subaki aromas that I've tried, with the exception of a few, have been really good. And
Right?
I found, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of impressed with that flavor line. I'm thinking, okay, and nothing against Mullenberry, but I heard they're like a sister company to Mullenberry, so I'm expecting like, okay, they're just gonna be like meh, because there's not a whole lot of Mullenberry that really jump out to me, that like speak to me. I mean, there's a few, but not a whole bunch. But so far of the 20, I got 20 of them, and I've tried almost all of them now, and there's only been a few that I just didn't like, and the other ones I did like weren't just like meh, they were like, these are really good, you know, like I've really liked them.
Yeah.
What is there any one or two in particular that has kind of drawn you to play with them more?
Something I noticed with them is the last 20 new flavors that were released by Mullenberry, they were more pastry style. So for me, that was pretty awesome. And a lot of them, like the new 20 that they did, those were the ones that I was most impressed with.
Oh yeah, like the classic sponge cake and the Belgian waffle and like
The
that
yellow
kind of
cake,
stuff.
like I was super excited about that. And it kind of makes me think like maybe that was the sister company trying to do something and then they wanted to keep going, and maybe that's why they became them, because their flavors are all like I'm speaking out of my ass, but like you said, a lot of the Mullenberry flavors up until then, with the exception of Bayless, I'd noticed had a lot of like floral notes to them, and they were like floral notes hidden in places where I didn't really appreciate them. But the 20 new flavors were phenomenal, and now these new flavors, I have not found one, and I haven't been mixing much because I haven't been feeling too well, but I haven't found one of those either that I haven't been impressed with.
Could be. Yeah, I still have yet to get the Mullenberry Classic Sponge Cake. I did get the Belgian waffle. I haven't single flavor tested it yet. I'm going to be doing that soon. But I was able to get that. And I think they have a lemon tart that's pretty good. Is it lemon tart that just came out? Anyway, yeah, their newer stuff seems to be pretty good. So I don't know, but yeah, so I think the one SSA that kind of stands out to me that I really like is, well, there's a couple, but one is like the strawberry milk, or the milky strawberry is pretty good. Or or the strawberry ripe, because I think it's the same strawberry note in it. Have you guys, either of you, tried those?
I tried the strawberry milk, but
I
didn't get much strawberry out of it. No, I got more cream out of it than strawberry.
Yeah, definitely softer than the strawberry.
And I'm having issues with strawberry. Yeah, I'm having issues with strawberry, so it's...
Oh yeah, that's right. You have a problem with strawberry. No, you're right though. It is soft. Like, it's not just you. It is softer than the strawberry. But their creams seem to be, in like right off the bat, like even without a steep, very rich and dappy, which I am here for. Girl, let me tell you,
Girl.
Yes,
yes,
queen. Yes, queen. Let me tell you what. I love them. They're so rich and creamy, and there's one that was like a little pukey to me at first. that I didn't like. I think it was one of the caramel ones, the milky caramel cream or something. But the other ones, I think my favorite is the caramel fudge, the milky caramel fudge of those. Oh, it's kind of a medium, not in like strength, but in color. Like it's not super dark, but it's not super light, so it's like a medium. And it's so rich and velvety and unctuous, as Chibo would say.
Yeah. I did like the natural ripe strawberry or wild strawberry.
Yeah.
I talked about that one before. Yeah. It's like it's more candied to me, but at least I can taste it. And for right now, like strawberry wise, that's about all I could ask for, is that I can actually taste it.
Yeah, strawberry you can taste. Hey, that's good.
Yeah. But I found a combination I liked with them just out of boredom, because I'm like, I tend to stick with the same profiles, and that's part of the problem, I think, of why I'm starting to get that muting, or had gotten the muting. So I've been trying to switch things up, and I found that their ripe pear, their sweet watermelon, and a lime goes really nicely together.
Ooh. That sounds like a really tasty combination.
Yeah, because like the pear kind of gives the watermelon a little bit more texture.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And just like a little bit of something different. And then the lime, I've been liking lime. I kind of had to pull back from lime because I was adding it to everything, because that's what I do. But
yeah, I bet the lime gives it some really good like dimension, because watermelon can kind of be, I mean, let's face it, can kind of be boring on its own.
Yeah.
You add a little bit of lime in there, a little interest, a little intrigue.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I like those together.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I only got 20, so I am definitely gonna have to order more, when I can, because yeah, I think the way I'm liking their flavors, that I'm gonna. It's a safer bet. I was kind of holding off to try the ones I was getting sent to me, because I'm like, if they're gonna be crap flavors, I'm not gonna spend a bunch of money on the luck of the draw type thing. But since like the ratio of good flavors to sucky ones is so awesome, I think it'll be safe for me to go ahead and order like a lot more flavors now. So
yeah. I also tried their lemon cheesecake. I think it was last week.
Yeah, that's good, right? Like,
yeah,
the lemon isn't very bright. Like, it's definitely a bakery lemon, but oh man, that's good. It's got a really good creamy, rich, dairy to it that I really enjoy, and it doesn't seem to fade, which is nice. I think the longest I've let it steep is only about a week and a half, so I haven't tried it like any longer than that. But normally, if a lemon flavor is gonna fade, it'll fade like in the first few days, right? Like to a week. So I think we're safe there. But yeah, it's really good. It reminds me a lot of Vape Train's lemon tart one shot.
I haven't tried that one. And when I tried the lemon cheesecake, because lemon was my number one mute, so I didn't get much lemon at all. Like I got a hint of it, but that's about it. But the cheesecake note in it is what I was really impressed with.
Yeah,
it's nice, and just the vanilla is like perfect.
Yes,
and it's creamy, and I don't get any off notes that you can get with some.
It's very creamy, and you're right. But the lemon is a little softer. Like it's not very bright at all. But I think, I almost think it. I wonder. I need to play with it, but I wonder if you can use it, because you know how sometimes in like other fruit type things, you sometimes want to add a little lemon to it, like a strawberry cheesecake, for instance. Like I'm wondering if you can use that as mostly cheesecake, and just see if the lemon can just act as a booster. So I need to mess with it, but it's a very good flavor. I like it a lot. The cheesecake is really good. Do you get a lot of crust from it?
No, mostly I get like the middle of the cheesecake.
Yeah.
Nice, creamy, a little bit of vanilla. And then on the exhale, like I get a little hint of the lemon, and then at the very end, I get a little bit of crust. So it's pretty low, in
Yeah.
my opinion. But I mean, you can add crust to it. I mean, even in
Mhm.
real life, crust is not my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
And,
like a
and
ton
it's
of
yeah,
it.
it's so easy to add crust. You know, because there's so many good like graham cracker crust or cookie crust, you know, that you can just add yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to get good cream flavors that are very strong and rich in the dairy aspect without going pukey, you know? So
Yeah.
that's one thing I'm really impressed with SSA, and that how, you know, you get a really dairy forward, creamy, you know, flavor from them. So
Yeah. And I tried mine like right after I mixed it, so it didn't sit at all. And I was really impressed with how good
yeah.
it tasted right away.
Yeah, right? Like you get that richness right off the bat, and they don't need to steep it. So I think they're gonna be kind of maybe a little bit of a game changer for those impatient people, Lumi, who doesn't like to steep.
Well, I mean, who really likes to steep? Like, we
I do.
tolerate it, but do we really like to have to wait? Not really.
I'm
I-
out.
I just do because I mean I just have for a long time now just gotten myself on a schedule. I mix more than I can vape in a week, and I've got a little steeping cabinet that, you know, I've got flavors stacked up that are just, you know, but because I steep everything, even fruits and candies and beverages and stuff. But it is nice to have an option to add some unctuousness, add some richness without, you know, having to let it steep, you know. So
Yeah.
very cool.
We already talked about the strawberry milk. Emily really
but
liked it.
the thing I like sorry, Rin, go ahead.
No, I just said I didn't really.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Rin didn't really care for it. The thing I liked about it is, okay, the strawberry is soft, but the strawberry that's there is very robust and like deep.
Would you call it a mild, like it sounds almost like you guys are talking about that strawberry Nesquik? Would you guys call it a mild strawberry Nesquik maybe?
Yeah. You know, almost. It's not quite as candied as that, or artificial as that. But the strawberry, you know how sometimes when you're mixing with strawberry, you'll add a little bit of hazelnut to it to kind of make it redder or riper tasting? It kind of like already has that going on. So it's like a very full, deep strawberry, even though the strawberry part is very soft and mellow. It's hard to explain because you've got levels of like potency and like boldness, and then you also have levels of like where it sits in the palate, if that makes sense.
See, I get cream savers, like those candies, the strawberry cream savers. Do you have?
Yeah.
That's what I get
the
from it.
The cream part is very, very rich and dairy-y.
I recently dubbed myself as the cream queen, so it's like it's making me want to go back and try some of these things and see if I could turn that strawberry cream into a Nesquik, because it just sounds like it needs a little bit of sweetener and a boost.
Yeah, I'm thinking, no, you don't need another strawberry to add to it, because the strawberry is very soft and mellow. I'm thinking either Jungle Flavors Strawberry Sweet, or maybe Inaware Strawberry Shisha.
I think I'd go with the sweet Jungle Flavors.
I think it would need more milk too if you wanted actual milk, because it leans pretty
cream milky undertones.
Because I don't get milk from it. I get a sweet cream from it. Like it's a very, like the cream savers, like it's that sweet cream.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I get from it. I don't get milk.
Yeah, so maybe what's a good milk? You know,
Creamy Underpants.
Yeah, Creamy Underpants. That's a pretty good like milk.
It's my go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Fulvora milk is decent, but if you already have the one-on-one.
And then the Perilium
one?
Condensed milk, I think.
Which one? Purellum?
Yeah, I haven't
Yes.
tried that one personally. It's just something I hear frequently brought up.
Yes, queen. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one. That's very milky.
Yeah, I think I don't hate that flavor. I just don't like it so much by itself. I would definitely have to add things to it. I would add more milk to it to take away some of that sweet cream, because I'm one of the people that hate TFA sweet cream, and it reminds me of that flavor.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah.
See, I'm one of those people that I like TFA sweet cream
Well,
used low.
yeah.
You know, I'm talking 0.5%, 1%. I
Yeah.
really like it, but like, yeah, people, you use that thing up higher, and no way. No, it's disgusting. But I really like the flavor of sweet cream when it's used properly, in my opinion.
Yeah, for me, I can use that flavor, but I have to use it like 1/4% and add 2 creams to it, and then I can tolerate it.
Yeah. So what's your go-to sweet cream?
I'm not a huge fan of sweet cream. So
Okay.
like the only time I actually used something like that was for like back in the day, like the cereals. Everyone was doing like the Fruit Loops
Yeah,
and
yeah.
milk. It was that kind of thing. And for that, it works really well because it tastes like, cereal milk.
It does.
But would I use it for anything else? No.
No. It's me, man.
By
I
the
don't
way,
use it.
guys, we are collecting questions to start saying whenever we're done talking about these flavors. So keep your questions coming. We're collecting them in our chat, and we will get to them. So feel
Yeah,
free
we
to
got-
keep going.
Yeah,
You got 40 minutes.
DC99 Boxer makes a good point that Purellum condensed milk is great, but not as sweet as real condensed milk. It's more milky. Yeah, we're talking about using it as a milk to boost up SSA's milky strawberry as like a Nesquik strawberry milk. So
Yeah, just don't use Flavor Art condensed milk.
no. Don't.
Smells the way like baby formula. It tastes the way baby formula smells to me. It's vile.
It's nasty. What is Dave? He describes it as a baby spitting up in your mouth.
This
is kind
of-
pretty much.
I've never actually smelt baby formula, which is kind of weird because I used to babysit my nephews all the time, and I've never smelt baby formula.
Really?
And now I'm like intrigued. I'm like, I wonder what it
It's
smells
vile.
/ tastes like.
It's vile.
That's why babies are so cranky.
Yeah, right. They gotta drink that crap. DHAs be damned. All right. Sorry. So here's a good question we can talk about. Mixin Vic, and I don't know who it's from. MIXINVIXENS. Each remember your favorite mod ever, the one you wish you had more of.
That was
I
from
believe
Addie.
that was Toonie. Yep.
Oh, good old Addie. We can always count on him for conversation starters.
I actually really like my evil dildo. I really would like more because my latches are kind of broken on it. So my battery door doesn't stay on.
What
But
mod is it?
The evil dildo.
I thought that's what you said. That surely that can't be the name of the mod.
Surely.
It's the UL Evdillo. Evdillo. I just call it the
It
evil
looks
dildo.
nice and like comfy in the hand. You know the way it's shaped and like compact.
Yeah, it's a dual 21-700, and I
Oh,
love it
nice.
because I don't have a majority. Like I have mods. I have mods laying around, but you guys will probably notice I always have my drop and I always have this in my hand. Like,
Yeah.
I just do one setup and I want the batteries to last a long time, which this
Yeah,
will last me 24 hours.
That's the thing with dual 21-700. Like that, I bet lasts you a really long time. And you know, as for dual 21-700, it doesn't look that big, which is really nice.
You know, like my door's a little.
Maybe your hands are just big.
No, it's pretty compact. It's about the size of a regular dual 18650.
So
And my door's a little messed up, but literally that's all it is to it.
Oh, okay, that's nice. So I've got one coming to me that I'm really excited about. So I can't really judge yet. It's going to be a single 21700. But as far as the mods that I have right now, I think my favorite is this SX Mini G class. Just the way it's a dual 18650, and I just because it looks bougie, like it looks a little classy, and it's the way it's shaped. It fits nice in the hands. And I've had it for like 2 years now, and it's a workhorse, and yeah, I just like it. It's pretty. It's like the only mod that I spent like $100 on.
I was gonna say, aren't those a little pricey?
They are pricey, but like it's kind of my baby. I baby it because it is,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I've never spent that much on a mod before.
Just as like a reference.
Oh wow, okay. That's nice.
And it's probably like 2 of these wide, maybe.
Yeah.
A little bit less.
Yeah, that's a nice size. Especially for a dual 21700. Yeah.
I have
so
big hands.
I had a single 21700. I forget what it was, but it didn't last very long. It broke fast. So I've got these 21700 batteries, and I'm like, well, crap. I don't know what to do with them. And so when I had the option, someone's building me a mod, he's like, well, what do you want? I'm like, single 21700. Let me use those just simply for the fact because I'm cheap and I don't want to waste batteries. So, but I'm pretty excited because I like compact, little, small, easily to manage. But yeah, I want the battery life of a 21700. So, how about you, Rin? What you got?
I really like my Therion, but I don't use it much because it was expensive.
Yeah,
I got mine.
Funny.
Huh?
We spend this money on really nice mods, but then we don't use them because they're so expensive. We don't want to break them.
Well, I used it for a while, and then I let my dad use it, and he put a lot of wear on it. So I'm like, okay,
yeah.
you're just gonna like sit and be pretty. And then like I really do like the what are these things called? The Aegis, just because they're so durable.
I've got a couple Aegis. I've got the Legend, which is the big kind of regular guy, the dual 18650. And then I've got for my first mod, I've got the Solo, which is a single 18650. And it's just, they're nice and they are so durable. I don't have to worry about dropping it. And believe me, I've dropped them a lot. And it's funny because it seems like those are the mods I drop the most.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm being more careless with them because I know they're durable or what. I don't know, but they're good mods.
And I like my evil dildo, but I worry about the way that the housing is, the battery. It just seems like it's the way that it's set up. It's gonna be what goes on it. And it sounds like Lumi's already having issues with hers, and that's what I worry about.
I dropped mine.
Well, I dropped mine too. That's the problem. It's like one of these days, because like when you drop it, like batteries fly out. It's like a big thing, and it's like one of these days I'm gonna drop it, and like it's not gonna because it like clicks in. Like there's no like if it doesn't push up and make that connection, like it's useless.
Yeah, when I dropped mine,
JJ drip tips.
when I dropped mine, the little doors that are on here, the little clips, they're actually broken. Like I could bend them upwards because it's plastic that's like kind of frail. So I'll have to like push it up and then I'll notice it won't click because those little tabs are broken. So sometimes you probably just saw it a couple minutes ago. I'll like go to take a puff off of it and then the battery is not hitting connect. So I have to sit here and push it down.
Oh, that's a pain.
So it is unfortunate about it, but at the same time, I still really, really like it for the dual 21700. We don't have many of those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
there's
think,
not many on the market, right?
yeah, I think unfortunately because it's so compact, I don't know that there's another way to do the battery back to keep it so compact.
I wouldn't mind if they added a little bit of girth to it just so I can have. I want more dual 21700 mods because for me, it's perfect for the amount of streaming that I do.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about changing your batteries out and stuff.
Especially like when you're mid game, you don't want to be sitting there fiddling with the door trying to get the
Yeah.
batteries in.
Okay. Here's another question from Addie Tooney. And I think we already know Rin's answer. But he says, Mixin, dogs or cats?
Gee, I wonder.
Mine's on the other side of the floor. I'm a dog person. When I was a kid, I'd never had animals or anything, so she's my first dog, a German Shepherd puppy. Well, she's not a puppy anymore, but yeah, I think dogs are just cooler. Like they're more affectionate. They can do more tricks, and they're not as catty, if you will. You know, like where cats are very aloof, they're very like although it kind of is cool because when you earn their affection, it's like you're somebody. You know, like you made it in the cool club when you earn a cat's affection.
Yeah.
But I'll give you one thing: is cats are way, I think, easier and like lower maintenance.
Yeah.
To take care of, you know.
I'm a cat person. I only have a dog because I was becoming allergic and with my immune system deteriorating, the allergy that I was having towards cats was slowly getting worse and worse.
Oh man.
So I had a really awesome cat that passed away and I still needed that. So a few months after she passed away, we were actually looking at getting, it wasn't Tira, it was a different rescue we were looking at getting. And it felt too soon. I wasn't ready, especially for a dog. I was like, no, they're too much work. But
Yeah.
just as time went on, I missed my cat so much. I was like, I need a buddy that will actually want to spend time with me because my cat did her own thing, but she also liked to spend time with me. And I needed that again. So that's how I actually came across Tira. I almost backed out of getting her a couple of times, but I sucked it up and we adopted her.
Well, she's like the size of a cat.
She's smaller than a cat.
I was fortunate that I grew up always having animals. We usually always had a cat and a dog, at least, sometimes two dogs. So I do like both, but I definitely prefer cats, pretty much for the opposite reasons. That they are low maintenance, that they do their own thing. I don't like clingy things. Like, I don't like that.
I'm like, you must love me.
No, I'm good with that. As long as they're not, because I think cats get bad raps. Like when people are like, I'm not a cat person, they always picture like the ones that are super bitchy and they don't let you pet them and they hiss at you and they scratch you. My cats aren't like that. Like if Momo, she's a little like less, affectionate or not affectionate, but like friendly to like everybody, but she's, friendly to me. But like Blue pretty much has a dog personality in a cat's body. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yes. I mean, she plays fetch. I mean, what kind of cat do you know?
That's awesome. That's
yeah,
cool.
my cat was pretty much like a dog too. Like if you called her, you would just hear thud, 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 thud through the house and meowing.
Yep.
And I absolutely loved that. And I think I kind of had the personality of a cat. I don't like clingy unless I want it. And it's like brief moments that I want clinginess and then I'm over it. Get the fuck off.
I think it's really cool that you could train a cat to use the toilet. Like you can't do that with a dog.
I'm good
If
on
I
that,
had a
though.
cat, I would totally train it to use the toilet. I think that's funny. And that's cool. Have you ever done that, Ren? You ever trained your cat to use the toilet?
No.
You've heard that though, right? That
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can do
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
was
there's
that?
a
Meet the
process.
Fockers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Jinxie or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm good on that. But I mean, Blue, like if you like dogs and you want a cat, like get a Maine Coon and you can have both.
My cat was just a ordinary stray that was found under a lawnmower. And she pretty much acted like a dog, so I wouldn't even say it's specific to a type of cat. I think it might be how they're raised.
Well, Maine Coons are more likely to have, I mean, she's not straight up Maine Coon. She's a lot of different things, but she's mainly Maine Coon and Ragdoll. And she definitely has all of the personality traits that they have. And just in general, they tend to be friendlier. But yeah, it does depend on how they're raised and all that. But I do think genetics kind of helps. Because I mean, Momo, I raised her as well, and she's completely different personality.
Yeah, isn't it funny how like animals to have their completely different in their own personality?
Yeah, Momo's more like me, and Blue is more of what I'd actually want to be. Like she's friendly. She's outgoing.
We have the cat personality. Like we occasionally just want a little bit of loving. Other than that, get the fuck away. Leave me the fuck alone. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Cat personalities.
All right. So Thobai asked a question. Which one do you all prefer for vanilla ice cream?
Liquid one.
Yeah, if I can only use one, and the question is which one do you prefer? It's definitely Liquid Barn. But you know what? Like I still like TFA, and I'm not a pepper taster. I still like TFA vanilla bean ice cream with like either vanilla swirl or Wonder Flavors vanilla cream extra as ice cream. Like but you know what? If I can only use one, like Liquid Barn is like both of those in one. How about you, Rin?
Liquid Barn is good, but if I had to pick a favorite, it'd probably be the Vape Train, just because it doesn't have some of the notes in the Liquid Barn. Like to me, Liquid Barn's a little bit kind of almost buttery,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like butter like in my vapes like really at all. So like the Vape Train to me is just more of like a straight up vanilla.
Do you like FA's vanilla ice cream?
I haven't worked with that one all that much.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember disliking it.
Yeah, it's got a really nice vanilla note to it. I like it. And it's not, nearly as buttery as some of the other ones. Like it's a little bit lighter. No, but if I'm going for like, it depends on what kind of ice cream I'm going for, right? Because if I'm going for like a sherbet or something, a lot of times I'll just do the old Vienna cream FA Fresh Creek tray. Or like maybe Flavor West vanilla bean ice cream, something a little bit lighter that's still milky, but not as heavy as like TFA or Liquid Barn, So
Yeah. I just think that's my preference is I don't like heavy, rich vapes because I get tired of them.
See, yeah, that's my jam. Those heavy, rich stuff. DC99 Boxer asks, what wattage do you ladies normally vape at?
78.
Low.
Well, go ahead, Rin.
I just said low.
Low?
Like really low.
Yeah. I just looked at all the mods on my desk, and they're all between 45 and 60 watts. So I tend to gravitate towards single coil, and I don't know anything about coil building or anything or how to get them lower ohms or higher ohms. but I like a 0.4, 0.5 ohm coil. And I don't know if it's any better than a lower ohm coil with higher wattage or not. It's just what I have been using and what I like, and I'm a creature of habit, so that's what I do.
This is my setup. Oh gosh, it's dirty. I've been vaping pumpkin stuff. It's just a single coil, Lumi braid, 14 strand, 5mm rod.
5mm?
Yep.
Damn, beefy.
Ugh,
Beefy.
that's the drop too, so it's like the whole width of the drop.
So what does that ohm out to be?
This one, because it's stainless steel and I've had it in here for about a little bit over a year now, is 0.19. It starts off at a 0.17-ish.
Okay, wait, hold up. Did you say you had that coil in there for about a year?
A little bit over a year now.
And it's, wow, that's impressive and a little gross.
I clean it pretty regularly. Like Adam Polarzik has had one of my Lumi braids for even longer than I've had this one in here for.
That's
And
crazy.
I clean it. The wire still is it's still really nice. I don't use a lot of sweetener.
I definitely want some Lumi braids then for my wife's tanks.
I don't think you do though, because you just said you vape at a 0.4.
True, and you yeah.
This is a single coil on a 5mm rod that's ohming out at a 0.19.
Yeah, that's low for a single coil. Yeah, and my wife, she'll vape the same as me. She same ohms, same wattage, just because she doesn't know anything about that kind of stuff, and that's what I vape. So that's what I set up for her.
We recently tried to switch some of my Lumi braids over into Canthal.
Yeah.
To see if maybe we could get them to ohm a little bit higher for Rin. And I don't know how many of them you tried. I thought I made you a couple of different Canthal ones.
I think if Dave Flowers is in here, he'll have to correct me because he made my coils. But I think I'm using stainless steel. But they're only 3mm though, I think.
Yeah, I do
I
have
don't know. I don't know anything about that crap.
Yeah, I personally just use this one braid, but I do have a channel in my Discord that Larry actually loves all of the braids, aka Mandalorian now. But he actually will put up little mini reviews and show my coils and different RDAs as a single coil, dual coil, and he'll put up the specs, the size rod that he used, how much it ohms out to, if the coil is stainless steel or nichrome. So it gives people an idea because braids are pretty low.
So do you do do you ever do just fused Claptons or aliens or
I've actually had a lot of those made for me, and I feel so badly because I have some pretty sought after coils. I even have some breeze tone coils. But I'm just a creature of habit. I love my braid, and I just love the surface area on it. I like all the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, nooks and crannies are great.
And I feel like there's more nooks and crannies and more surface area for e-liquid to get kind of nestled
I think you
in.
get better flavor the more surface area you have. Yeah, I definitely think there is something to that. Because I've got a couple smaller tanks that I just have regular round wire builds in them. And they just don't, I mean, they're fine and they taste good, but they just don't seem to have the dimension of something a little more complex. But I'm not a build, so I'm kind of at the mercy of anyone who would send me coils or if I have to go to Fast Tech and buy pre-built coils, so.
I just get the spools, the Claptons.
Yeah.
Lightning Vapes, which is now Optimum Wire or something. I don't remember the name. They changed their name. They're just spools of Claptons. I wrap them. I think it's 4 wraps, and they almost always ohm out to about the same resistance that I want.
Nice.
And they're
I've
fairly
tried
cheap for what you get.
I've tried Breeze Tones. I've tried Kenny B, Nick Divine coils. I have some Rye coils, which are cherished. I have some Addy Tooney coils. I have some Big D coils, but for some reason I got the flavor off of this braid. And because it's on a 5mm rod and it has all that cotton and all that surface area,
Yeah.
it's almost like a mesh, but better for
I was
me.
gonna say, and that's another thing with being such a big round wire or a round coil with so much cotton is I bet you don't have to drip as often. You
You
know?
don't, but I still do because I have an obsessive problem with it and I over drip, so I'll have to like sit here and dump it over my trash can. But once I got that flavor and I was vaping a little bit of commercial e-liquid here and there, and I was able to like pull random flavors out that were hidden in there that were like secrets. I was like, I found you. I know your secret. So I really just I couldn't go back once I could taste everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, how different things will vape your recipes differently, you know, and how you can kind of pick out different things depending on what you're vaping on, right? Isn't that interesting?
I've found kettle corn in recipes that I did not expect it to be in. I found syrup in recipes I didn't expect it to be in.
Wow. That's cool. Okay, Stephanie Sard. Hi, Steven.
Steven.
Sorry. Hi, Stefan. He says, do you still vape the first recipe you ever made?
Hell no.
That was my answer. My gut reaction when I read that was, I'm like, hell no. The first recipe I ever made was absolute garbage. I didn't know what I was doing, for one thing. And I noticed it was back in the day. And so, like, most of the recipes I saw were like 20% flavoring. So I thought, okay, so you need to have 20% flavoring. So even if it's only 2 flavors, that means 10% each, right? So I think I did like a caramel apple. And for one thing, I used the shittiest caramel you can, TFA caramel, not original, TFA caramel. And then like TFA apple, which is an equally shitty apple. Like it's not that great of an apple. And so it was awful. And you would think it would be enough to like turn me away from mixing forever. But thankfully, that day or that like week or hell that month even, I just went ham and just created a whole whack of recipes, and a couple of them turned out okay, which, well, in my book at the time was phenomenal. Like, this is awesome, I made this. But now it's, you know, I probably look back at it and I'm like, no, that wasn't good. What was I thinking? But that one, I even at the time wasn't like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, my first mix is like almost a decade ago, and I tried to go all out. I wanted to do a like banana split or a sundae or something like complicated. And it's like, oh, this is easy. You just pick all the notes in there. And I didn't do 20% percentage, but it was still awful. It was a muddled mess. Plus chocolate back then, like there was no good chocolate.
Oh gosh.
Ever.
Yeah.
It was horrible. So I just kind of went, I'm like, okay, this isn't gonna work. So I just went simple, and I would just do single flavor or very simple, just like peach, whatever. And then once I got the hang of that, then I started adding a little bit more. Because like even just for information wise, like there were no vape channels that did recipes and stuff. We had ECF, and even back then it was just, there wasn't a whole lot there either. So yeah, hell no. I don't even vape recipes
No.
from
Okay. I'm
4
really
years ago.
interested to hear what Lumi has to say, simply for the fact that she started a lot later than us. So what about you, Lumi? Do you still vape the first recipe you ever made?
I can't. So I will vape the profile that I was going for, but the first recipe I ever made on my own, I'm a pretty crafty person. So I thought I could just eye out my percentages of the bottle. So I filled it with the premix about where I thought it should be, and then I looked at the other flavor profiles, which was 1-on-1 pecan, and then VSO's blueberry, I believe. Maybe I didn't have blueberry then. I think it might have been blueberry wild and blueberry extra, along with Flavor's vanilla pudding and sugar cookie by Capella. So that was the profile I was going for. And I had all my percentages down and I was like, I can eye this out. I was a little intimidated by the scale. So I was like, I'm good. I'm good. It tasted like wet dog hair smells.
Yummy.
So I'll still vape the profile, but no way could I ever redo that because it was literally eyed out and nowhere near the percentages I had written down.
Yeah. Interesting. Cool. Now, do you guys ever, I've got a question kind of that goes on this, is do you guys ever go back to some of your old recipes and like rework them? Or do you just, are you just like, screw it, I'm done and on to something else?
I'll go back occasionally if it's something I think I can improve on.
How about you, Lumi?
For the most part, I have my bay list, but occasionally I'll go back. I have a green apple Jolly Rancher that I made, and if I'm in the mood, I'll go back and I'll have that. I very much so like Adam Pilarzik's Thin Mint Girl Scout cookie that he made, so I'll go back and I'll vape that. So there's a couple that I'll always go back to, but for the most part, I have my bay list. And then whatever I've crafted for a show, I have that for at least a week.
Got a bay list. Yeah, you know, I very rarely will go back and even look at recipes. Like once I move on to something else, like I'm moving on to something else. Now, there's a couple recipes that I will still mix and vape just as they're written, but I'm not one to go back to something that either was a failure or was good, but I'm thinking, oh, this can be better, and try to rework it. That's just, I have too like much like flavor ADHD to do that. You know, I'm already moving on to something better, bigger and better, you know.
And chances are, with how much we mix, we found a combination that could be similar to something that we've done, and we didn't want to redo it. So we do something slightly different from the last time. And it's constantly evolving.
Absolutely. Good points.
Like, how many times have we mixed apple pies?
No more apple pies.
No more apple pies. I don't care if it's fall. We're not doing any more apple pies.
How many more variations of apple pies could we come up with just so we're not doing the same thing over and over and over again?
Yeah.
I just started linking them to the episode that we already did on it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, look at this recipe and this one and this one.
Right.
Like sometimes I think like there could be a place for it. Like we got the apple strudel, and for the most part, I stick with like country apple and apple filling. So it'll make me think maybe I could go for that apple strudel that's from Wonder Flavors.
Yeah, I'm just over bakery apples. You know, like I'll still maybe do like a bright kind of fruity apple mix or something, but like I'm just over apple and cinnamon, you know, and like bakery apples. I just don't want to do them anymore.
Yeah, I'm not a big apple vapor, period.
Yeah. One of the first juices I ever vaped was, what was it? It was an apple mix, but it was a fruity, which is weird because I don't really like fruity mixes that much. It was a fruity apple mix, mixed with something else. I don't know if it was melon or I don't even remember what the other fruit was, but it was really good. And So yeah, I don't have any objection to using Apple in something, just not bakeries.
I love bakeries, but yeah, I can. It does feel weird being like, okay, I need to do something apple. What can I do that's not country apple and apple filling from Flavora?
Yep. Well, guys, this is awesome. We are out of questions, and it's about time to wrap up. So that
Perfect.
worked out nicely.
And we didn't even have Winstead. Look at that.
And we didn't even have our mouth.
We just talked out our ass the whole time.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, we stayed on topic, and there were no awkward silences. It was good. Good show. All right, so let's unless there's anything else you guys want to add, let's thank our sponsors and head on out of here.
Let's do it.
All right, well, first up, actually, if you like us and you like what we do and you want to support us in a fun, tasty way, there's a couple places you can do that. If you head on over to flavoredjungle.com, formerly known as E-cig Express, the MIXINVIXENS have a one-shot line there. The Nightbot just put the link in the description, and so did Eddie, because Eddie is so freaking awesome. He's like our biggest fan. And if you want to like donate to CASA in a really cool way and have something to show for it, all three of us have swag over at VSO, vapingswag.com.
Yes.
Vapingswag.com. So like, if you don't like coconut like me, you can rock this hair that says Coco Not, or 3-2-1 mix, let's go. If you like simple mixes like me, or you can have a Lumi Squeak shirt, which is really cool and cute. Or,
I think I also have a laser beam shirt.
Oh, cool. Or you can be kind of sassy and have a Mixtress Rin shirt. And they also come in like long sleeve and hoodies and backpacks and that kind of stuff too. So yeah, if you want to do that, that's cool. Or if you want to check out our one shots, we greatly appreciate the support. Thank you so much, Flavora and Bull City. You guys rock. And Wayne, thank you so much for putting us on your podcast network so that people can find us later, or more people have access to this show. And most importantly, thank you guys in the chat for watching. We do this for you, and we love hanging out with you guys. And everybody have a good time. We'll see you next week for the critique show with the boys. Bye.